Okay, so you ever see like a kid at the playground and
And they just half eat to have that one toy.
oh yeah.
Like it's the rustiest old red bucket you've ever seen, but it's like, no, the golden ticket, you know?
Right, it's the best thing ever.
Yeah, exactly. And it gets you thinking about like how do you even begin to teach kids about sharing? So that's what we're diving into today, all those practical ways to encourage generosity.
And it's interesting because, sharing it's really not just about like teaching
Oh
manners.
yeah.
It's like foundational. It's how they start to understand the world and how they fit in it.
It's so true. And the research we looked at, they all said the same thing. Like, the earlier you start these lessons, the better. Sort of like, I don't know, picking up a new language or something.
But like how do you actually do that with a 2-year-old who's still wrapping their head around mine versus yours?
Well, you got to remember, at that age, they're little mimics, right? So even when you're not intentionally trying to teach them, you are just by, going about your day, offering them a bite of your food, or waiting your turn at the checkout line.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Like those little things, those teach kids about reciprocity and just being considerate.
You know what? That's so funny you say that. Just the other day, I was in a rush and I totally let my son cut in line for the water fountain. And I'm like, wait a minute, I'm the adult here.
Right.
But it made me realize, you know, it's not enough to just tell them to share. They're watching us all the time.
Exactly. You've got to walk the walk. And then when they do share, like really acknowledge it,
Yeah.
especially for those little ones, they're looking for that approval. So positive reinforcement, it's
Would look
huge.
gold to them. Right.
Totally. But instead of just, good job, what try to be specific. Like, wow, you saw Sarah wanted to play with the blocks and you let her have a turn. That was really generous of you
I love that.
because it shows them you're really paying attention.
Exactly.
And speaking of making things fun, one thing that really stood out in the research was using
Oh,
games.
yeah. Games are great, especially ones with taking turns because it makes learning fun. They don't even realize they're learning.
They're just playing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're also picking up on these skills like patience
Mm-mm.
and being fair, building a tower together, rolling a ball back and forth. Simple stuff,
Yeah.
but it really does make a difference.
Huge. Okay, so now we're getting to the part that I think even adults are still working on. Talking about, well, feelings.
Yeah.
Like, how do you even start to have those conversations with kids, especially around something like sharing?
Well, I think, with little kids, you start simple. Happy, sad, angry. Use those words. You can even like role play with their toys. Oh no, Teddy's sad because someone took his block away. What should we do?
Oh,
And as they get older, you can start to talk about how their actions might make other people feel. Like, how do you think Liam felt when you didn't want to share the
oh,
crayons?
oh, that's good.
Because then it's not just about them, right?
Exactly. It helps them see the bigger picture.
It's like we're giving them the tools to understand not just the how of sharing, but the why, which I think
Yeah,
is so cool.
for sure.
Well, we've covered a lot today. As you go about your day, I want you to think about this.
Okay.
What's one tiny little act of sharing you can model, even today, for a child in your life?
It could be the smallest thing, but you never know. It might just plant a seed.